Another really useful thing to know how to do when creating a lab report is to know how to insert different things like symbols or equations or even pictures. So to do so, what you need to do is you need to go to the Insert tab on the top, and then here are a bunch of different things you can insert. If you need to just draw a quick diagram, you can easily do so by doing inserting shapes, right? If you want to make a cart, just put a rectangle there. So I'm going to go back to the Insert tab and get another shape and a circle, right? And I can copy and paste that circle and give it 2 wheels, and there's my simple, quick cart. Diagrams do not need to be fancy, they just need to get the point across and to show things like distances and things like that. So you can always do lines, right? If you want to show how wide the cart is, you can put a line there, and you can go back to Insert, and you can insert even a text box and then label what that line is. I can label it length of cart L, right? And you can label different things, put that above the line. Make sure you can play around with different formattings. For example, this particular text box has actual lines around the actual box. I don't like that. I don't want an outline. So under Format Drawing Tools, you can always change your shapes. This is the Format tab under Drawing Tools. And here you can change different things, like you can make it so that it's not filled, so it's see-through, so I can see the stuff behind the box. You can change it so that there's no outline. No outline. And that way you have something that looks like this, where you're labeling this length or this distance as the length of the cart itself. Other things that are often needed to be inserted into a lab report are equations. You can insert it right in the middle of text. So I'm going to write some stuff here, and if I want to say, okay, the equation, and I want to say my equation and then continue my sentence is a beautiful thing. Okay, and I want to insert my equation right here. Okay. The way you do that is you go to Insert, and you go to Equation here on the very side, very end, and up pops this new ribbon called Equation Tools Design. And from here you can do different things. If you need a fraction, right, you can insert a fraction, right, and then you just put whatever you want on top, 1, and whatever you want on the bottom, half. You can insert letters. If I want to do let's say I want to insert AT squared, okay, I could just type in A and T. If I want it squared though, I need to do a subscript or a script of sorts. You can do a superscript with something on top. You can do a subscript with something on the bottom. Okay, I want squared, so I'm going to do a superscript. Click on the box to enter T, and then I click on the superscript box, the box up above, put in a 2. And look, it says 1/2 AT squared. Our full kinematic equation, if I wanted to enter the whole thing, right, the whole thing is delta x equals VI times t plus 1/2 AT squared. So I'm going to, insert the rest of it in the beginning. Delta x, delta and other Greek letters. Okay, you can have delta in this box right here. You can scroll around and there's different Greek letters in there, including one of them should be delta. There it is. So delta x equals, and the equation was VI. So that's I'm going to do insert a subscript. And I can do V in the big box and I in the little box, and T plus, right, and there we have our kinematic equation. It's right there in the text. Okay, so you can insert it right in the middle of a text and then keep on typing. You can also just if there's an area and you just want to insert a bunch of equations, right, you can just line after line insert those equations. You can always copy and paste equations. Click on the equation itself, this little box with the 3 vertical dots. You click on it, you hold down Control and click on it and drag wherever you want, and it'll automatically copy it down. If the text or the equation is in a line with other words, it will just put it in the words. If you put ever the equation on its own line, it automatically centers it. You can of course always change that with just justifying it to the left or to the right, but this is an easy way to just leave your put in your sample calculations. You can have it centered. If you don't want it to have it centered, you don't have to. You can do it however you want. You can even insert it into a text box itself, which I often do. So I'm going to insert a text box, and then I do my equation in here. Okay, so I'm going to insert another quick equation. Insert equation. If you hit the drop down, it just has a bunch of random equations, like circle area, circumference of a circle, or I guess it's area of a circle. Right, and you can, from the text box, I'm going to get rid of the outline and stuff again because I don't like that. Okay, from the text box itself, right, and you can do several equations, so several steps. That's the first step, and then insert another equation. Right, maybe we're solving for A, and we know that A equals, insert pi, scroll down on my chart, pi times r, and maybe r is going to be, whoops, too many pi's. R is going to be 0.5. Oh, darn it, I just messed that up. I forgot to do my superscript. So superscript 0.5 squared. Right, and you can do line after line, and then now that it's a text box, you can just move it, whoops. Now that it's a text box, you can just move it around your page and place it wherever you want that is most convenient for you in your lab, that looks nice and organized for whatever you're doing. Both inserting pictures and inserting equations is a very useful thing when you're writing lab reports, and just knowing how to get around and play around with it is very helpful. If you ever want to try something else, just play around with the different options. Insert equation. So, I mean, there's lots of different symbols that they have. You can do square roots, you can do integrals, if you know what that is. You can do all kinds of different things for inserting equations. And you just play around with it, and you'll find all kinds of different options that you're looking for.